Hi guys, how's it going? It's now about 8 p.m. January 23rd here on a Tuesday, and we're going to do a Ripple update because it's reaching a very critical moment, and I've been waiting for this moment for so long, guys. Okay, so when you open up a chart first, what you want to do is you want to draw your trend line, right? I'm waiting to enter a swing position, and I think an opportunity is coming up soon, whether it's short or long actually. So if you do it in a 4-hour time frame, right, it looks great and all, but I prefer looking at it on a 2-hour time frame because the moving averages just fit so nicely on here, right? The moving average is just like a perfect pinpoint right there, just moves right down to this line. So we see this massive resistance that's been formed since January 11, right? That's now 12 days in crypto space. That's a really long time, okay? That is so long in crypto space. Trying to beat this one resistance. So now we're hovering by it, right? What we've been seeing on the 2-hour chart is lots of rejections through this 55 EMA and also this trend line support right here. No clear break above it yet. In fact, let's draw it a little bit more accurately across right there. In fact, all of these ones, if you take a look, okay, not a single one broke above it. Resistance poke, not a single one closed above it, right? We keep going down the line. This one was actually solid already. We could have extended it easily to over here as soon as we saw it. Not a single one closed above it, right? They're just trying. This one is trying right here, okay? An incredible amount. So my logic is this. My rule is simple, okay? After the third attempt, something big happens, whether it goes up or down. Now, every time we attempt to break a resistance, it doesn't mean that we're always going to break it. Do you guys know what pattern this is? This is an ascending triangle, right? This is an ascending triangle where it goes something like A, it goes B, and then C, and then it goes D, and then E, right? And then on the third time this is not it right here. This is from like where the uptrend was, right? So this doesn't count. This is the top of the uptrend. So it's on the third attempt there that it makes it, where it usually fails or it succeeds, one or the other. And this one doesn't really give us much direction right now because on a lower time frame, we're just pretty much like hovered right by there. But what's important to make note of is, let's say go to a 30-minute chart, right? Is this right here that is trending, okay? And this support, guys, has actually been forming. Let's go to a 15-minute chart, right? This looks really nice like this now, where we consider some as bull traps, perhaps. You know, whether we draw it like that or whether we draw it like that, we've got two critical points that do actually act as a support. 1, 2, and this might even be the third right here, depending on how we draw it, right? Like that, or maybe allocate a little bit of a tolerance as well. But what we need to acknowledge that's really important is that it is reaching a critical apex moment. Now I'll show you guys what an apex is in general, okay? An apex is when you have a sloping line like this, say a resistance, and a support, right? That's meeting like this. So it's basically two critical points that meet. For a chart, it's really important to understand and identify these because we can play the breakout regardless of what happens. So if this breaks up, and I want to make note first before it breaks up, that scenario is that this only retraces a 618 Fibonacci level, which is actually a beautiful retracement right now. So if this does break up, I'm going to be very conservative and I will go long on it, and I'm only going to target $1.70. Actually, not even $1.70, $1.60. I'm going to target $1.60 because this area right here is a pretty big resistance zone. So I'd rather lock in some of my profits first, and then maybe I'll add more on strength if it does break about 172-ish. But yeah, I'd rather sell it around 160 right now just to guarantee some profit. So if it does go up, my play is simple. I'm going to wait for the breakout here. I'm not the kind of swing trader that will try to buy on a support level there. I will wait until confirmation because I'd rather minimize my risk, right? So other than EMA, right, I'm not using exponential moving average for this strategy because we're far from even reaching a 3 to 4 hour time frame where it can uptrend like that. So I'll just go into a very small position here, maybe 5,000 Ripple. I'll shoot for about $1.60 just to try to get to around there, $1.58. And once that, okay, the important thing to notice is This is now a resistance, right? But if a resistance is broken and it can stay above it, then that resistance now becomes support. And also, if support has been broken, it now becomes a resistance. So it's very safe to set a stop loss slightly below this trend line support now that was resistance. So now we're going for about an 18% gain there with a 5% loss potential and a risk to reward of 3.3 or 3.6. Awesome risk to reward if that breaks out, right? Who knows if it'll break out. If it goes down, I don't have a predefined target for where I'll be selling, but what I'll probably end up doing is assuming that it will make some sort of ascending triangle like this, okay? First. An ascending triangle is usually made first before it falls back down to the previous support line. So this is a really possible scenario, right? So all of a sudden we break out of here. So I will enter a short position, you know, right on the breakout basically. I'll set it still above there, and I will set it for a line right here. So this one here I got a chance to lose maybe tiny percentage, right? 2.48% maybe. Like I'll set my stop loss super tight, like 1.35 or something if it breaks down. Chance to lose only 3%, but I also have a chance to win about 12%, right? On 5,000 Ripple there, let's just say I'm playing a $5,000 position. I got a chance to make like quite a bit, right? Like $600 still. A very simple trade that will play out in the next few days only. So this is some pretty easy gains in my opinion here. Either way, as long as we acknowledge that this is a critical apex moment, so you guys can do one of two things. You can enter a trade now if you believe it's going to go long. Okay, your risk, your money, whatever. If you guys want to enter a short now because you believe it's going to go down, okay, your risk, your money, whatever. But if you guys want to wait for confirmation, then you play it right, then you wait for the actual breakout, okay? And it depends on, I don't know where the breakout point specifically is because it all depends on how you draw the apex, right? But the candles will show very clearly with the moving average over time. So I'm just looking for this specific apex moment right there that will either break up and we finally break this trend line resistance, or we break down and maybe create a double bottom in the worst case scenario. So either way, the bulls make money, the bears make money, guys. There's a critical apex point. It's only going to go up or down. It is not going to go sideways, okay? It is going to break either up or down into this descending channel first, or it'll go up, right, into an uptrend to basically target these areas right here as a resistance, because that is a massive resistance area, you have to admit, okay? Right there. Big resistance around 158, 160-ish. If it breaks 172, I'll be very interested in again, but I will absolutely lock in some or most of my profits around 158. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on where we stand with Ripple for the day traders out there. For the swing traders, guys, like for myself that wants to hold for a few weeks there, I'm not getting into any position whatsoever until I've confirmed a massive uptrend, because I want to be very conservative this year and exercise discipline and caution much more than letting my greed take over. And trust me guys, my greed is unreal. It is so far up there sometimes. That's why I scalp, because I am a really greedy player, right? I'm not greedy in real life, but we have to have some level of greed to want that reward, right? We gotta really want it. Like, how bad do we want it, right? But we also have to control our greed extremely well. So this year, I'm taking a step back. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to be that greedy mofo that I always am. We're going to try a swings trading strategy this year. We're only going to enter when a 3-hour crossover happens at least. So for the day traders, awesome opportunity coming up. This critical apex point could be reached by maybe even tomorrow in 24 hours or so. Yeah. In about 24, actually, hold on. Yeah, in about 24 hours. No, not even 24 hours, like tomorrow at noon. So 16 hours about. So keep an eye for this point right there, guys, and make sure you draw it on your charts. So this is all that I want to really say. In terms of, like, you know, further technical analysis on it, I have don't really have a lot of good news, guys. Like, we're bouncing right here on the 55 EMA, and right now exactly where we are, okay, where I just talked about that critical moment, guys. It is now going to determine whether we break up out of it or whether we break down from the 55 EMA. So the next day, in the next 16 hours, at that one critical apex moment, will decide for the daily chart whether we tick up or whether we tick down. crucial moment for XRP. This might be the moment that an uptrend could very well start, okay? Because we retrace the 618 region, beautiful retracement, beautiful apex that is forming, that is priming for a breakout, and who knows where the market wants to go. If Bitcoin wants to go down, then it's going to drag everything down with it as well, right? So we got to keep that in mind there, and we got to make sure that we get confirmation, because if we don't get confirmation, you will 100% eventually get locked into a bull trap. I don't know about you guys, I used to get into a bull trap often, like maybe the first 3-4 months of trading, like a few years back. And I learned what a bull trap was really quickly, put it that way, because I lost a lot of money. And I learned to myself, wow, there's this thing called confirmation. Wow, that's awesome. What is confirmation? Well, confirmation is a way for you to enter a trade once you have confirmed a direction. Two types of traders, guys. I always say the conservative ones, right, like myself, that wait for confirmation, and then there are the people who are waiting for the very bottom to go long, right? They try to catch the bottom by using other indicators. Now that is risky, right? I do that for scalping. I'm pretty good at it, I'd say, right? But that's for scalping. But some people, even for swinging, or they try to catch the absolute bottom, then you don't really know if it's there, right? Because those people might be more greedy. They want to lock in more profits, right? And they don't mind taking that risk. But me, I don't want that risk. I want that confirmation. I don't mind taking a little bit less profit, as long as I get a more guaranteed profit and a higher probability of it confirming that trend. So these are my thoughts for XRP. It is my main coin, guys. I want to be clear about that I day trade. I follow Ripple more than any other coin. I love Ripple. My Ripple, it's all that I trade, mainly, like all day. Today, for the past few hours, I've been trading Ripple. I literally played my last position like, oh, it was so good. Bought at 128, sold it at 133. That was a good trade. So I made a 5-cent profit on it, right, off of like 3,000-4,000 coins. So I made like easy $200. I'm like, okay, can't complain. That was really easy to find out. How did I do it? Okay, I gotta share with you guys how I did that really easily. Okay. First of all, I count this on a downtrend. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait until there's 5 waves on a 5-minute chart. This is when I was tweeting about XRP, or not, Bitcoin tanking, right, with the fanning. That's right around here. So then I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep, that's the bottom. I'm gonna buy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, was that really hard? No, it wasn't hard. So then, yeah, I just use a general gauge as well. I'm like, okay, well, this one here did a 100 extension. I'm just always going to shoot for slightly higher than there, because this is my go-to area usually, right between there. Got my order filled right there, and surely enough, right after that, I said to myself, it's probably going to retrace to a dead cat bounce level. Dead cat bounce level, 382 Fibonacci level. I'm like, yep, I'm just going to set my stop limit for about right here to sell it. Pretty easy when you anticipate these things, right? Like a dead cat bounce. Some people are very optimistic. They're like, yep, it's gonna go higher. Or even here, I never target 618K on a downtrend, okay? If I'm catching the bottom, I only target 382 ever, because a lot of times it's a dead cat bounce, okay? You don't want to get into that situation where you target too high and you miss your chance to sell. So always take the profits when you can, and learn where some of the maximum zones it can be. And one of the maximum areas it could be is, of course, the 55 EMA. So you always want to target a zone by the 55 EMA, because it acts as a major resistance when you combine it. And you're like, hey, where's the EMA crossing through? It's crossing through right now the 382 region. So that's got to be a really relevant area. You can sell it. And surely enough, that's what I did. So that's just like one of the plays I took today, right? I made so many other plays on top of that. I think I took this play right there as well, where I saw it bouncing on the 55 EMA, and I sold. Yeah, I did take this one, 135 to 140-ish. Yeah, it was a decent trade too for 5 cents. I think I made like 90, 100 bucks there, and I don't really trade that much anymore, guys. I noticed, like, I'm happy with my whatever, like $300, $400, $500 profit a day, without even trying. Do you guys remember back in like November, December, where I'm just I was going crazy like with my trades every day. I was really hammering out the trades and I wasn't really doing TA for you guys. But those were the days where I was making like 5K a day or like 10K a day, right? And I think it really upset a lot of people because I was tweeting too much of my wins and I was making videos on it as well. It's like, okay, $380 in 10 minutes of trading. So I think I'm done with those kind of videos for now. I want to be, you shouldn't ever say this about yourself, but what's the word? Like, I want to be more humble, I guess, about it. I don't want to rub it in anyone's face or make anyone feel bad. That's not the intention. Keep in mind, though, okay, guys? The intention of posting wins once in a while is to show you guys two things. One, that it can be easy, right? And two, I want to inspire people as well to let you guys know that I'm just an average Joe dude. I'm 33 years old, Asian. I drive well. I do mathematics. I don't play the piano, but I play guitar. And I do this for a living, and I love it. And I'm sitting here in my underwear, and I just want to let other people know that, yeah, this is not a joke, right? This is the real deal. This is my job. I'm trying to help out the community, and I'm also making some serious bank as well with a lot of credibility. So anyways, these are my thoughts with Ripple. I hope that it has helped you. If you guys love the material, please subscribe to YouTube, etc., blah, 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 Twitter, and also especially upvote it on Steemit. So I look forward to this the next few days or hours with Ripple, and there could be a very key breakout coming soon, up or down. Who knows, guys? But the point is, we watch these critical apex moments, and we keep a very diligent eye on it, right? And or what's the word, watchful eye on it, and yeah, we play the breakout regardless of which way. So now, guys, everybody sees the same thing. We all see this critical apex moment forming. So what's gonna happen? Stay tuned, guys. I'll update you guys when there's more of an update. Take it easy.